welcome to the preview for the 24th Annual Epcot International Flower and Garden Festival. We're very excited to give you a little inside hint, tips, tricks, preview of this 90 days of fresh Epcot that's coming your way. You know, the banners, they say flower and garden, but all your senses will be in full bloom this year for this festival. Let's start with our Garden Rocks concert series. We have some exciting new additions as well, and this is an additional day every week. For food and beverage, hopefully you're enjoying some of the great tasty treats that you've been around them. Pretty good stuff. So we have 2 additional and 2 brand new outdoor kitchens this year. And of course we have something for everyone in the family. We have some exciting new additions to our play gardens. And yes, of course, we have some gorgeous gardens, flowers, and wonderful topiaries. With that, I'd like to introduce Eric Darden, our horticulture manager for the festivals. Welcome, Eric.
Thanks, Dave. And I am Eric Darden. I'm the horticulture manager of the Epcot Flower and Garden Festival, as you can see there. When I was thinking about what we were doing, I should say this May will be my 30th year with Walt Disney World. And ironically, since we did bring our new topiary for y'all to see, during the first Flower and Garden Festival in 1994, I was the foreman on the topiary crew. So I've been working with topiaries for a long time. So rather than talking about what's coming in the festival, you're going to see in 3 weeks, and you're going to get a lot of that, we thought we'd go back a little bit and explain how did we get here? Why do we have topiaries at Disney? The slide you see right now is actually from Tivoli Gardens in Copenhagen. This is what gave Walt really the inspiration not only to do his parks, but also to do character topiaries. He was visiting over there, saw their topiaries, and came back and told this man, Bill Evans, I want to see my characters in topiary. Now, Bill was an extremely interesting man. Walt had hired him and his brother to landscape Walt's home in LA. You know, you probably saw the little railroad that he had in his backyard. Bill and his brother did that, so when it came time to build Disneyland, it was just natural that Walt would call on Bill and say, I have this little project I want you to work on. Bill always said little did he know it was going to be the rest of his life, and he was going to pretty much become the father of theme park horticulture. Something that's interesting to know is, I met Bill and got to interact with quite a bit. There's still a lot of some horticulture who did. So we still feel very fortunate that we kind of had that tie-in with the early times of Disney. Unfortunately, Bill's no longer with us, but until the day he passed, he was coming here all the time. He'd walk your area, he'd give you handwritten notes of ideas you might try, which was really fun. So Bill, he told Walt it would take 4 to 5 years to get a topiary. Walt told Bill, you have 2 years. So he figured out a way to do it with frames, and here you can see some pictures of the early topiaries at the Disneyland Park. Nice topiaries, and you know, back then, and for a long, long time, topiaries were really just screen representations of Disney's characters. You can see, looks like Dumbo and who knows what there. And later on, when we moved to Walt Disney World, the topiaries really remained the same. Here you can see a couple of long retired gentlemen working on Mickey and Minnie. And for a long time, you know, topiaries were shrubs. Some of y'all may remember that. That was state-of-the-art, probably 94, 95. If we were to put on shows like that now, someone else would be speaking to you next year. So we reached a point in time where the reason I include this photo, of course you're not looking there, you're looking there. Look down at the very bottom of the photo. You see the little sign? We were having to put signs that tell our guests which characters we were representing. Well, we got a new vice president who said that was no longer acceptable, and we were going to try to bring our characters more to life. So that's when we really started working with our character artists. The lady on the right, Jo Knight Van Buren, she does all of the sculpts for Disney World. So any sculpt that you see, you buy the little figurine or any of the artwork, she's responsible for that. We started working with her to bring that WDI magic, character magic, to our topiaries. So when you look at Belle, you're not looking at a piece of horticulture. You're looking at an individual piece of Disney artwork that we've been working on now for quite a few years. Of course, early on, we were just trying to capture a little bit of emotion. There you can see an early Mickey and Minnie with moss in the hands. And then we started trying to capture action. And y'all probably know this because you're, of course, big Disney fans, but you probably noticed that a lot of our front entrance displays really harken back to the early shorts that Walt drew. We found that anytime that we were inspired or even directly lift a short that Walt did, we tend to get a good show, which shouldn't be surprising. When you imitate Walt, you're going to get quality, right? And this, if you've probably seen the short, right, with Goofy with the birthday cake, that's a direct lift. And sometimes we're just inspired. Like this year, we're inspired. We're going to have a maypole. Wasn't directly from a short, but we watched quite a few shorts, and that's how we came up with that. Then we started working with Pixar. Working with Pixar, anyone who ever works at Walt Disney World will tell you, talk about having to up your game. Those people are so intent on quality. But by working with them, we had to up our game with those Pixar topiaries. Well, human nature is, it's not like, well, we're going to do a really, really good job with these Pixar characters, and we'll keep doing a mediocre job with the other Disney characters. That's not the way we think, right? So it really upped our game until finally we achieved this point. And this truly was one of our leaders saying, you've got to stop doing the green faces on your characters. We've got to bring them to life. That's when we really work as close as we ever have with our artists. The way this is done, that's a Disney sculptor is making a sculpt. So it truly is a piece of artwork, marrying it with our art of the horticulture. The interesting thing about this is we tried this. Even the person doing the sculpt said there's probably a 50% chance this is not going to work, and it did. So I know I don't have a lot of time, and y'all want to hear about the food, but I thought I'd give you a little background of where the topiary started, where we are now, and we're not done. I don't know what we're going to do next. We have some ideas, but there's still a lot more coming. So I hope you learned a little something. I'll be around after this to talk, but I want to turn it over because one of the things that we are most excited about the last 5 years, of course, is the addition of the delicious food and beverage that we have at the festival. We've enjoyed working with the culinary team, and two of the people who are most responsible for making this happen are coming up now, and that's Chef Greg Hannon and Rick DeCiccio.
Hello, everyone.
Good afternoon.
How's everyone doing? You having a good time? Enjoying the preview for Food and Wine Festival? Holidays around the world. Art Festival.
It's the Art Festival.
What festival are we at?
It's Flower and Garden Festival.
But I do hope that, afterwards that you will go out and experience the last weekend of the Festival of the Arts, because we have some pretty cool food out there as well. So, please take the time today, and I believe it's tomorrow too.
Yeah, in fact, it is. Tomorrow will be the last day of the Epcot International Festival of the Arts, first time ever. But have we enjoyed that festival? We've been out there to enjoy it. We all have our favorites, but it's all about the food. Not the flower. No, I'm sorry, Eric. No, it's about the flowers.
It is about the food, let's be honest here. Sorry, Eric, you're off stage. You have no mic. We're taking over.
Yeah.
I might not have been here for 30 years, but food is coming strong.
So we're very excited about what we've got this Flower and Garden Festival. Chef Greg, want to talk about some of that stuff?
Certainly do. So we have 15 outdoor kitchens this year, so we have 2 new ones. We have the Berry Basket, and we have Northern Bloom. So the Berry Basket is really about everything berries. During the last Food and Wine Festival, we featured a marketplace with everything about tomatoes. And we really thought that featuring one food group, especially during springtime or Flower and Garden, would really resonate with our guests. Spring is all about the great produce that's being harvested. So with that, the Berry Basket has a seared lamb chop with a little bit of blackberry gastrique, as well as the warm berry buckle, which is here today, with a little bit of mixed berry ice cream or sorbet, and it has a little bit of black pepper in there. So a berry buckle is it's a high amount of mixed berries with a little bit of vanilla cake mix. Once you bake it, it will fall or buckle, and that's really the name of the buckle. Any sort of special beverage we have there?
Well, you also need to loosen your belt buckle when you eat the berry buckle.
That's going to be the summer festival.
Yeah, that's the summer festival, right? Yeah, we actually at the berry basket we have a fantastic cocktail that you'll be able to try, and that is the Twinings Berry Mint Julep Cocktail. So it's going to be a great beverage for the warmer weather, and it really plays off of the theme of everything berries for Berry Basket. Looking forward to everyone trying that one in a couple of weeks.
Great, and then we have Northern Bloom. So Northern Bloom is all about Canadian food or French Canadian. So there we have a seared scallop with a little bit of brown butter vinaigrette, some smoked bacon, some French green beans, and some buttered potatoes. And really what we want to do is feature, again, the great produce that's being harvested during springtime and in a certain region of a country.
Of course, what goes better with French Canadian food than beer, right? So everybody loves craft beers, and we're very proud that we'll be featuring Unibrew craft beers at Northern Bloom. And for the first time at Epcot, we're going to have a new Unibrew called Tout Le Monde, which is available over on the station over on that side. And Amy's waving. Hi, Amy. So it's a fantastic beer, and it'll be part of a beer flight which features the Unibrew Ephemere and then also the Maudit. So you've got a little bit of every different style of beer that Unibrew does, and always fan favorites, and I think that one, you will definitely enjoy that flight. We are also featuring a maple popcorn shake with Crown Royal maple at that location. It'll be available without the Crown Royal maple, for the shorter people or the younger folks. But definitely hitting on a lot of really cool flavors and textures, and looking forward to rolling that out on when, Greg? When does the festival start? March 1st.
March 1st.
March 1st.
Woo! March 1st. So just some, we're going to go over just a few of the pictures. We also have some place where if anyone would like to take a picture of, you can. But we have, in Florida Fresh, we have a carne asada with a black bean cake, a little bit of cilantro and lime sour cream. This was really inspired. We wanted to kind of go a little South Florida. I think some great flavors, and some lime, and I think it will appeal to some of our demographics. Next, from Northern Bloom, we have the seared scallops, which we have here today. So we're good.
Yeah. Who doesn't love a scallop, right? I always look for them wherever I go.
Yeah, that's really going to be a good one, and that's really just trying to play off the great ingredients that we can get and feature still protein, but feature the produce that's being harvested. And then from La Isla Fresca, the new menu item is the sugarcane skewered shrimp with a little bit of coconut lime sauce. Man, all right, we're getting some cheers. This is great. And then returning from last year.
Returning favorite.
It is one of my favorites. So this is there's a few. So we have the roasted bratwurst, or what we call currywurst. It's with curry ketchup, a little bit of paprika chips. And that is something that is truly eaten during a festival, especially in Germany. So
fantastic comfort food, and I love the curry chips. Greg, they're excellent. Thank you.
All right, I'll know where to find some extra. And this is a unique item as well. So in Urban Farm Eats, we have the crabless crab cake with a little bit of Old Bay remoulade and some vegetable slaw. So this is a vegan item in Urban Farm Eats. When I think about Urban Farm Eats or urban, I think about a city. I think about possibly alternative eating, and bringing awareness to a plant-based diet is very important, and just making sure that it has full flavor. So we're using a Gardein chickenless breast, and all we do is we just kind of grind it up, okay, and kind of flake it to have the texture of crab meat. We mix in some peppers and onions, your really traditional crab cake accompaniments. We bread it, and then we just griddle it. And on top, we make an Old Bay remoulade, but we use veggies. So good, man. And then we just make a slaw with it. So what we're trying to do in most, most people who are slightly afraid of, a plant-based diet, they just think it's all vegetables. But there's a lot of protein in there. And when you think about alternative plant-based, soy-based protein, you also are going to, get most of the time no saturated fats, which is going to be great for you. And then we have our traditional, from Florida Fresh, our key lime tart with a little bit of toasted meringue, and then you should have seen a little hidden butterfly in that garden of, or the pillow of meringue.
Pillow of meringue, he said.
Yeah, I'm coming up with creative words. And then from, earlier I said it was from the berry basket, but it's not. That's because we have 3 or 4 festivals, and I'm getting them mixed up now. No, but this is from Baumarkt. So this is a warm cheese strudel that has a little bit of mixed berries. So I think this will also, we're trying to make sure that we resonate with our guests, young and adults. So I think this could be a great kids item as well. So we have to make sure that we're doing that. But who doesn't like some nice warm cheese strudel? I mean, that has berries.
Yeah,
pretty tasty.
I want some right now. I'm hungry.
And then, Rick, you want to talk a little bit about some inspirations on some beverages?
Yeah, we have to look at a lot of different things when we're coming up with these beverages because we want to keep it innovative. Greg talked a little bit about our Urban Farm Eats marketplace, and the inspiration that we looked at this year is actually a cocktail that you enjoyed on the way in, which is an absinthe-based cocktail. So absinthe, the tie-in with the festival, of course, it's infused with botanicals, so you're getting a lot of floral notes, and it's kind of an up-and-coming thing, an old is new type of philosophy. So at the Urban Farm Eats, we've served a Bloody Mary for a couple of years, the Urban Mary. You got to try the Urban Fairy, of course, because absinthe owns the Green Fairy. Really excited about this drink. I hope that you enjoyed it. Now clap now.
Yeah, Rick needs something.
I need positive.
It's always about the food.
I need positive reinforcement. And the other piece is we know that you love to come back year after year and get those festival favorites. So the maple bacon stout that we serve at the smokehouse, that'll be back. We've got some other interesting new beers as well. Our Feast of Flowers farmhouse ale that we've had for a couple of years. Coming back again. We'll have the watermelon frozen slush at Florida Fresh. And last year we had a breakout hit. It was our Firefly Blackberry Moonshine Lemonade, which I know you'll all enjoy as well. So we are blessed because we get to do this all year round, coming up with what Festival of the Arts, Food and Wine, New Year's Eve,
holidays around the world,
Groundhog Day. We get to do it all. So we're very, very lucky to have such a great team. It's not possible without them. And with that, I would like to call up Marcia Jackson Randolph. Come on down. We're going to hear about the entertainment. All right.
Thank you, Rick, and thank you, Chef. Good afternoon, everyone. Oh, you ate too much. Good afternoon. Well, I'm here to share with you about the entertainment offerings as part of the International Flower and Garden Festival, and I represent a wonderful team, the entertainment team. Actually, my collaborating show director, Chris Oyen, and myself, and the entertainment team, such as those who are working behind the scenes today. In fact, let's give them a hand, the lights and action and all the great stuff. We try to make magic seamlessly and behind the scenes. And we welcome and celebrate the spring season with all kinds of music. And throughout the day, our guests can enjoy the music around the countries of World Showcase. They can enjoy the music from the Fountain Stage. American Music Machine will be there this year. The Jam and Gardeners, if you've ever hung out with those guys. Those are some of the offerings during the day. In the evening, The America Gardens Theater is going to rock. And I'm here to talk about the Garden Rock series. Let's see what happened there. I can tap dance too. Okay, all right. So we have the Garden Rocks series. Now the Garden Rock series, I'll share with you that this is the third year for the Garden Rock series. And as we shared with you a moment ago, it features some of the chart-topping best music across genres of rock. You're going to find R&B, you're going to find pop, classic rock, performed by artists who were at the top of the charts. And what's new this year for the Garden Rock series is that it can be enjoyed over 4 days, Fridays through Mondays this year. And as you've been looking at the lineup, those of you who have been, who's been there rocking out at America Gardens Theater? Let's see a quick show of hands. All right. Well, you're probably pleased to see that our lineup does include some of our favorite crowd-pleasing returning artists. We start really, really strong with Latin pop artist John Cicada, and known for songs like Just Another Day, Grammy Award-winning John Cicada, and within days of that, Dennis DeYoung and the Music of Sticks, songs like Lady, and who else has a favorite song out of there? My personal favorite, Mr. Roboto. Anybody else? I heard someone else out there.
Come sail away.
Favorites, okay. The Pointer Sisters. The Pointer Sisters. I'm so excited and I just can't hide it. I know. And you know what's amazing about a group like the Pointer Sisters is they have continued 4 decades. In this series, we represent 4 decades of music, and just think the Pointer Sisters have been a part of all 4 of those decades. And then in our lineup, we come to the first of our new groups. We have 3 new groups that will be part of our entertainment lineup for the Garden Rock series, and I really want to focus on them as I share with you today. Simple Plan. Simple Plan. As we know, we have a lot of American music artists that have made up the rock scene and the alternative pop scene. Simple Plan actually came out of Canada. They've been going strong now for almost 2 decades now. We are so pleased that they're going to be a part of this series. Welcome to My Life and Perfect World, songs like that you've probably heard. If you haven't heard, you want to experience them this year as part of the Garden Rock series. In addition, I heard the phrase, I think it was Dave who said it a little bit earlier. The thing that is great about the Garden Rock series is there really is something for everyone. If you like hard rock, you've got Gin Blossoms, Hey Jealousy, songs like that. We've got the orchestra starring former members of the Electric Light Orchestra, Rollover, Beethoven, and American Woman. Something for everyone. And towards that end, we are bringing 2 groups that are new to the Garden series. We will have Expose and Berlin. And for those of you who may not know a little bit about each of them. Expose. They came on the scene around the 80s as a girls group, but they really got the music industry to take notice. They broke records of sorts. They had 10 of their songs in their debut album to hit hard on the Billboard chart. So much so that they were, for a while, they were considered dancing music royalty. That's how popular they were. So we have Joya, Ann, and Jeanette Expose, who will be making their first appearance in our Garden Rock series. And Berlin. Okay, Berlin fans, give it up. Come on. Berlin will be here. You know, what they did for what's called EMD now, electronic dance music and synthesized music, but also just the artistry. Terry Nunn, singer, songwriter, will be here as part of the Garden Rock series. She will take your breath away. Okay, come on, you knew that pun was coming. Yeah. It is an exciting lineup, and we don't want you to miss any of it. When we close the series, as you saw, I believe it's about 16 bands featured over several weeks. And we will close again with some of your other favorites. We have returning Herman's Hermits starring Peter Noon. We have the Spinners coming, holding it down for R&B with all of their wonderful moves and the crooning. A little bit of something for everyone, making up our Garden Rocks Theater series. You know, the thing that I love most about the Garden Rocks series, whether you discovered music as a child in the 60s, 70s, 80s, even 90s, this music still rocks, it still moves, it still excites today. The groups will be performing 3 times each evening, 5:30, 6:45, and 8 o'clock. Sets will vary. You'll hear different hits at different sets. The thing I love about it as a mom is that, or even as a pop, if you're like me, it's so great to be able to share the music that I grew up listening to with my kids. And it's in that spirit. We hope you'll come and rock out with us. We hope you'll come and make some new memories as we present the Garden Rock series this year. And I believe Eric is going to come back up and close us out. Thank you, everyone.
So anyway, I hope you enjoyed what we showed you today. You know, I was telling Dave while the chef was talking, it's really hard for plants to compete with food when you're at a dinner. We try to do our best. You know, one of the things I wanted to say was, I'm the only one from the horticulture team here. Most of the time when you're a horticulturist at Disney, we're just setting the scene. You know, we make everything look pretty, and about the time the guests show up, we're going home. And then the guests come and they take part in the great entertainment that our entertainment team does, or the food and beverage or the attractions. And we know we're in the background and we're fine with that. But even after 24 years, for we horticulturists, it's still special knowing that starting sometime in the spring, people are coming to see us. We're the stars, what we do is what people want to see. That means a lot to a team that normally isn't up front. So one thing I'd like to ask you to do, when you're in the parks, anytime you see a gardener during Flower and Gardens Festival, please thank them. It means a lot to those guys, because this is the time of year that they're the stars, or at least what they're doing with the stars. So anyway, with that said, I do want to thank you and close out. I want to let you know every one of us is still around here. So if you have questions, just want to talk about something, tell us something that we could do better, we'll be here to listen to you. So anyway, thanks a lot for coming. Hope you enjoy the day, and I really look forward to seeing every one of you at the 24th Epcot International Flower and Garden Festival.